This conference will now be recorded.
Let me switch to your workspace. Right. So yesterday we started working with that Google search scenario, and we found out the search box and we entered Selenium vacancies. So this is the way we need to write the text in the text box. So first what we did is, like, when we are trying to find out the element, and then after that you enter the text in the text box. So that is what we did. So now we will continue this. So instead of writing two lines for a single web element, so I'm trying to write it in the single line itself. The execution starts from the left. So first it is going to execute find element. Find element, it returns web element, and then action. Okay. So next. Now you entered Selenium vacancies. Then after that, click on the search button. Right click, inspect the element. Now see, this element is containing name attribute. So I'm going to use this name located. Okay. So this one is identifying this search text box and enter Selenium vacancies. Now identifying search button, and then click on it. So driver dot find element by dot find element by dot. So here name, then btnk. So copy btnk and then dot click. The click is the action which is clicking on search button. Okay. Let us run the program. Right click, run as Java application. It enters Selenium vacancies, and then it has to, or it's supposed to click on this Google search button. After enter Selenium vacancies, it's supposed to click on search button, but it is not clicking on it. And see, if in the Selenium point of view, if something is not working, you will get some different kind of exception. Now in this case, what is the exception you are getting? Element not interactable exception. Element not interactable exception. Now see line number 27. Now in this case, here you are getting the exception. Element not interactable means it is unable to click on the element. See, you should remember one point. It's not only Selenium. If you take any automation tool, the common issue which you are facing at the time of automation is synchronization issue. What is meant by synchronization? See, the synchronization issues are coming because of timing. The synchronization issues are coming because of timing issues. Normally, the script is executing very fast. Normally, the scripts are executing very fast. According to the script, the application also has to perform in the same way. But if the application is loading slow, maybe because of your network or because of some internet bandwidth or because of some environment problem, if the application is performing slow when comparing with the script, at that time you will get the issues. So that means there is no balance between your script and the application which is running. The application which is running, you will call it as AUT, application under test. So they both should be in the sync. If any one of the thing is running fast and another one is running slow, then you will get the issues. So because of timing issues, your most of the scripts are going to fail. So this is the common issue which is occurred at the time of automation. Now see, in this case also, the problem is, okay, now it entered Selenium vacancies. Okay, perfect. After entered Selenium vacancies, to click on this, Google search button, it is taking some time. But within this time, the script is executed, and at the time of appearing the element, that search button, it is unable to perform the action. That means it is unable to click. Now see, in this case, it is not saying like the element is not found. It is saying like element is not interactable. That means it is unable to interact with that element. So what I will do is, okay, here after entering Selenium vacancies, what I will do is, I'll wait few seconds. Few seconds in the sense, let's say I'll wait for 1 second or maybe 1.5 seconds. See, In the Selenium, it is looking for an element less than a second. Approximately, you can consider 500 milliseconds. 500 milliseconds means it's not even 1 second. It's half of this second. So what I'll do is I'll wait for 1 second and then try to perform the action. After I enter Selenium vacancies, now I'll try to click on this search button. But in between, I used thread.sleep for 1 second. Now see how fast the scripts are executing. So with the scripts are executing very fast. That means it is not even waiting for 1 second also. So let us run. Right click, run as Java application. Now see, it is clicked on the search button. It clicked on the search button. Now what I'll do is after clicking on search button, it is displaying the results. So I'll click on this Selenium jobs in Hyderabad, something like this. So what I'll do is I cannot take this lengthy text. What I'll do is I'll take the part of the Selenium jobs. So that means I'll take up to Selenium jobs. I'll take up to Selenium jobs. I cannot take this fully length of this text because the length of the text is very huge. So what I'll do is I'll take up to Selenium jobs. So that means what I'll do is I'm taking the part of the link text. Driver dot find element by dot. So here I am using partial link text. Here I am using partial link text. So here Selenium jobs and then click. Okay. So click on result link. Click on result link. Okay. So let us run this program. Now see, clicked on the naukari.com link. And then after 5 seconds, it is closing the application. Okay. You may have doubt. Okay, we are using Selenium jobs and it is clicking on the link. Perfect. But see, in the result, there are so many Selenium jobs are there. Which link it is clicking on it? So it is clicking on this first link, which are all matching with that locator. Why? Now see, the driver.find element. The find element, what it does is, it is going to perform the action which is identifying the the first web element. So now see here, the partial link text is the locator which you are using it, and that Selenium jobs you are using it. With this Selenium jobs, there are so many links are there. But which one it is trying to click? It is trying to click on the first matching element. It is trying to click on the first matching element. So that's why it is clicking on the Naukri.com link. See, find element, when you are using find element, for that locator, whatever the element which is coming first, it will click on that element. Okay. So find element, what it does is it finds the first web element in the web page which is matching with that locator. So that's why it is clicking on the Naukri.com link. Okay. Now see, in the real time, people are not encouraged to use this thread.sleep statement. If you are using this thread.sleep, unnecessarily we are increasing the execution time, because the problem with the thread.sleep is whatever the amount you are specifying within the thread.sleep, that amount, that time, it is blindly it is waiting for that many number of seconds. Now see here, here you specified 5 seconds, it is waiting for 5 seconds, and here you mentioned 1 second, so 1 second, totally 6 seconds. And suppose if you are using another statement with some amount of time, again that amount also. So that's why if you are using this thread.sleep, unnecessarily we are waiting for that many number of seconds. Think that for the single scenario, if you are waiting for that many number of seconds, but if you are calculating for the entire project, if you are using n number of times, unnecessarily we are increasing the execution time. That many number of seconds means it would be like, I mean, minutes, and it will be converted as a later hours also. So that's why people are not encouraged to use this statement. If it is compulsory, we have to use it. There is no other way. At that time only people are preferring this thread.sleep. Okay, but in this case we need to use it. Okay, so that's why we are using it. Yeah, any doubts so far?
No. No. No.
Hmm? Kusuma and yeah, Sudha, Srividya, Saira, Rosie, Kusuma.
No doubt.
Yeah,
No doubts.
right. Thank you. Right. Next. Okay. So the total Selenium automation hereafter completely depends on this find element or find elements, or and the locators concept. Without using, you cannot automate your application. Just before we start the next scenario, what is my next scenario is, this is Google application. In this Google application, we have n number of links are there, like Gmail, images, Hindi, Telugu, Marathi, Kannada. Like this, we have so many links. Advertising business. How many links are there? I don't know, and you also don't know in this web page. So I want you to find out the number of links, and once you found the number of links, and get all the link names. Get all the link names. Once you get the link name, then check is there any element is visible or not, and then after that we will see some other scenarios. But before we start this scenario, first we should know about the concept of loops concept. Loops. See, loops. See, we are going to use loops concept to perform a task repetitively. If you want to do an action multiple times, we are going to use this loops concept. We are going to use this loops concept. See, in Java, we have different kind of loops are there, like for loop, while loop, do while. Then there is a special kind of loop is there, that is for each loop. There is special kind of loop is for each loop. Okay, there is a special kind of loop is for each loop. Okay, so in our Selenium automation, very frequently we are going to use this for each loop. Of course, we will use the other loops also, but those are all very rare. We are going to use the special kind of loop is for each loop. It's very frequently we will use in our scenarios. Okay, so how to work with these loops? Now, this is a Selenium with the scenarios. So what I'll do is I'll use for Selenium scenarios point of view, I'll use this project. For Java related programs point of view, I'll use this Selenium with Java. New class. Oops. Right. For loop. For is the keyword. So what is the syntax for for? The first is initialization. The first is initialization. Initialization means from which value we need to start. So let's say int I is equal to 1. I is less than or equal to 10. So the next is condition, and then I plus plus. The next one is increment or decrement. So what is the syntax for loop? syntax for loop is for initialization, then condition, and then either increment or decrement. So inside that you are going to write the statements. Inside that you are going to use statements. Okay. So now here the first statement is initialization. That means it is going to start from I value is 1. I is less than or equal to 10. This is the condition. And the third one is I plus plus. I plus plus means internally it is treated as I is equal to I plus 1. I plus plus means internally it is treated as I is equal to I plus 1. Okay. Let's say I am printing I. Some space. Okay. I don't want to use ln. I'll use only print only. See, if I use only print, the entire output it is going to print in the single row. If I use ln system.out.println, the output is printing in the one by one. Okay. So now here what I want to do is I'll print each and everything in the single row with some space. So that's why I'm putting some space like this. Okay. Now here the output it will print 1 to 10. Here the output it will print 1 to 10. So first let us run the program, then we will see how it is going to execute. Run as Java application. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Okay. So how it is executing it? Right. See, first is it starts with the I. I is equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. 1 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. If condition is true, then it will come inside this curly braces. If condition is true, then the cursor will come to inside the block. That means here. So inside the block, whatever the code it is there, that code it is going to execute. So what it will here, what is the code is there? It is printing I value. So what is the value of I? It is printing 1. It is printing 1. Next. After that, it will increment. So first, it starts with initialization and condition. If condition is true, then only it is coming inside. Okay. It is coming inside and it is executing the block of statements. So right now it is printing I value is 1. Then increment. What is the value of increment? I is equal to I plus 1. So I value is 1. 1 plus 1 means 2. 2 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. Now it will print I value. So what is the value of I? 2. It is printing the value of I is 2. Now the increment. The increment it will happen after the block of statements are executed. So I plus plus, again I is equal to I plus 1. So 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. Now again it will come inside the fourth. So like this, up to it will print 10. Once I value becomes 10, 10 is less than or equal to 10, the condition is true, it will print 10. Then I plus plus, I is equal to I plus 1, 10 plus 1, 11. 11 less than or equal to 10, the condition is false, then it will come out of this for loop. Then it will come out of this for loop. Okay, let's say let me print I start to. First I is equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to 10, the condition is true. So 1 into 2, output will be 2 space. Okay, I'll use some space. Right. Next, I plus plus 1 plus 1, 2. 2 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. 2 into 2, answer 4. Next, I plus plus, I is equal to I plus 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1, 3. 3 into 2, 6. Next, I plus plus 4. 4 into 2, 8. Like this, up to I becomes 10. 10 into 2, 20. So it is going to print second table, run as Java application. Okay, so here now see, if you are printing the output using system.out.println, everything is printing in the one by one. So if you are printing with L, only print, so everything it will be show in the row itself, single row itself. So that is the difference between print and println. Okay. So okay, for loop with incrementing by 1. See, I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. So I'll write for loop with increment by 2 or 3 or whatever it is. So for int I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 20, and then I is equal to I plus 2. I is equal to I plus 2. Now see, for to increment the value by 1, there is a shortcut. I is equal to I plus 1. Instead of writing I is equal to I plus 1, there is a shortcut like I plus plus. But other than 1, you don't have any shortcut. You have to write the expression like this only. If you want to increment or decrement by 1, there is a shortcut. But other than 1, you don't have any shortcut like this. So you have to write the expression I is equal to I plus 1, I is equal to I plus 2, I is equal to I plus 3. You have to write the expression like this. So you cannot use like I plus 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 if you want to increment by 2. There is no such kind of shortcut. Okay. Now here, let's say star 5. So what is the output? First I is equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to 20. Condition is true. Now it will come inside. First 1 into 5. 5. Next I is equal to I plus 2. 1 plus 2. That means 3. Because we are incrementing 2, not a single value. So 1 plus 2, 3. 3 is less than or equal to 20. The condition is true. So 3 into 5, 15. Next, I value 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 is less than or equal to 20. The condition is true. 5 into 5, 25. Next, I value 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 into 5, 35. So like this, it is going to print. So in this case, every time it is incrementing the value by 2. Run as Java application. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, like this, it is right. For loop with decrement by 1. For so I is 20, semicolon, I is less than or equal to 1, and then I minus minus. I minus minus means internally it is going to decrement by 1. I plus plus means it is incrementing. I minus minus means it is decrementing by 1. So you need to specify the data type. Right. I into 3. So first I value starts with 20. 20 is greater than 1. Condition is true. It is coming inside. 20 into 3, 60. Next, I minus minus. 20 minus 1, 19. 19 is greater than 1. The condition is true. So 19 into 3, 57. So like this, up to 6, it will print. Because it will decrement up to 2. 2 is greater than 1. The condition is correct. So 2 into 3, 6. It will print. And after that, 2 minus 1 means 1. 1 is greater than 1. The condition is false. It will come out of this. So the answer would be up to 6. It will print. Okay. Break and continue statements. Break and continue statements. Let's say for int I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 25, and then I plus plus. My scenario is you are performing a task repetitively. You are performing a task repetitively. See, when you are performing, you are looking for one particular value. Once you find that value, after that you don't want to proceed further. After that, you don't want to proceed further. So that is your requirement. You are keep on performing your task. In that, you are looking for one particular value. Once you find that value, after that, you want to stop it. Now see, here you are performing this task 25 times because you are starting from 1 and up to 25 times you are performing this task. Okay. Now you are looking for a particular value is 10. So once you find the 10, after that you don't want to proceed further. So that is your requirement. Now see here, what I'll do is I need to check the value equal to 10 or not. Once it is 10, then I want to come out of this for loop. So what I have to do? So I need to verify whether value becomes 25 or not. So here you are checking the condition. So when you want to check the condition, here you should use if else. Like that you have to use. So if is the statement which is to check for conditions. So when you want to verify the condition, we are using if else statements. So now here I want to compare with the 10. So when I, because my value is I, whenever I becomes equal to 10, so I want to compare When you want to compare two values, you have to use double equal. When you want to compare two values, you have to use double equal symbol. If you want to assign one value, then you are using single. So I is equal to 20 means 20 is the value for the I. So if you want to compare two values, you have to use double equal. So if I double equal to, then here which value you are looking? 10. When you want to compare two values, so whenever I becomes 10, then break. Break from where? It is from the for loop. So that means after 10, this task will not perform it. So till the 10, just print the values. So now see, the output would be 1 to 9. 1 to 9. Here you are trying to perform a task repetitively. You are looking for some value. Once that particular value found, after that break. Break means it will break from that task, whatever you are doing it. So once you use break, it will come out of this for loop. So now the output would be 1 to 9. 1 to 9. Right. Let's say you are looking for one particular value. Except that value, remaining things and all you need to consider. You are looking for one particular value or some text. Accept that text or accept that value, remaining things and all you need to consider. Let's say you are looking for 10. Accept that 10, the remaining things and all you need to consider. That means before 10 and after 10, whatever it is there, I want to print it. So now in this case, I should use continue. See, at a time I cannot use break and continue both the things, I mean together. So continue means accept this condition, the remaining things and all it will consider. So the output would be 1 to 9 and 11 to 25. Accept that condition. So 1 to 9 and then 11 to 25. So break means it will break from the loop. Sorry, it will break from the that condition. It will once particular condition is meeting, and after that it will break from the loop. And whereas continue means except that condition, remaining values it will consider it. So we are going to use this break and continue in your real time also. Okay. Yeah. So far it's clear.
Yes.
Yeah, it is clear.
Right. So let me use while loop also. Let me use while. See, in case of for loop, initialization, condition, increment or decrement, everything you are writing in the single statement. Whereas in case of while loop, first initialization. So let's say initialization, and then while a is greater than or equal to 10, and here you are printing a value. You are printing a value. Here you are printing a value. Can anybody tell me what is the output of this program?
Int until 9. Until a is equal to 9. No, but there is no increment. Yeah, you have to increment the a.
So what is the output? Anybody?
One will be printed for one will be printed.
One will
Infinite
be,
loop. Yeah.
see, the first a is equal to 1. This is initialization. This is initialization. Now here condition a is less than or equal to 10. So 1 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. 1 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. If condition is true, it will come inside the block. Okay. Now it is printing a value is 1. After that, you did not specify either increment or decrement. So now in this case, what will happen here is a value always becomes 1 only. 1 is less than or equal to 10. Again 1. It will print 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So it's going to be indefinite loop. It's going to be like infinite loop. It never ends because the condition is always true. So that's why it is always printing 1, 1, 1. See, generally while using while loop, what is the people are doing mistake is people sometimes forget to increment or decrement the values. If you don't use this or if you forget this increment or decrement, it never ends. It never ends. So that's why it is going for infinite loop. So let's say here what I'll do is I'll write a is equal to a plus 3. A is equal to a plus 3. So first a is equal to 1. 1 it will print. And then 1 plus 3, that means 4. 4 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. So the answer is then 4. And 4 plus 3, 7. 7, and then 7 plus 3, 10. So the answer is it will print 1, 4, 7, 10. So A is equal to 1. This is initialization, and then here this is the condition, and here this is going to be increment or decrement. So that we need to take care. Inside the block, you have to write it at the last. Okay. So this is another kind of loop. See, to perform a task, you can use any loop. There are different kind of loops are there, like for loop, and now this is while loop. There is special kind of loop is there, that is do while loop. So here the do while loop is also similar. So int p is equal to 0, do p is equal to p plus 5, and then p plus plus, and then while p is p is p is less than 10. Use here. So how it is incrementing? Sorry, how it is work? Now p is equal to 0. That means this is the initialization. Now it will come inside this do block. It will come inside the do block. In the do block, whatever it is there, that code it will execute. So here what it is printing, p is equal to p plus 5, 0 plus 5, 5 it will print, and then p plus plus. P plus plus means initially it is 0, 0 plus 1 means 1. So 1 plus 5, 6. See how it is executing is first initialization. Now it will come inside the do block. It is executing it, and then after that it is checking the condition. So first initially 0, 0 plus 5 means 5. P plus plus means what? Internally what it will do? P is equal to p plus 1. So what is the value of p? 0. 0 plus 1 means 1. So 1 is less than 10. The condition is true. Now again this do block it is going to execute. So what is the value of P? 1 plus 5, 6. So now 1 plus 1, 2. 2 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. So now it will print 7. So like this, it will keep on executing till this condition is false. Okay. Assuming that, write this condition. P is equal to 0. So 0 plus 5. 0 plus 5. 5. Here it will print first 5. And then P plus plus means 0 plus 1, 1. 1 is greater than 10. Condition is false. Now here, in this case, the output would be only 5. First, let us run the program with this condition. Run as Java application. So P is equal to 5, P is equal to 6, up to 14. Now, use this condition. Now, you will see the output only 5. What is the difference between normal while loop and do while? First, initialization. While if condition is true, then only the block is going to execute. Whereas do while, first initialization, and then first it is executing the block before checking the condition. Before checking the condition, first it is going to execute do block and then checking the condition. So at what situation we are going to use this do block? Irrespective of condition, whatever it is. But I need to execute at least once. So in that situation, we are going to use this do block. So when are you going to use this do block? Irrespective of condition, whatever it is, but I need to perform a task at least once, minimum once. So at that situation, we are going to use this do block. If you take like normal while loop, if the condition is true, then only it is going to execute. But whereas do while, first it is executing it minimum once and then checking the condition. If condition is true, then it will keep on repeating until the condition fails. But before checking the condition, at least it is executing the do block once. Okay. So at what point we are going to use this do block is whenever we would like to perform the task minimum at least once. Forget about like the condition, whether it is passed or failed. So at that situation, we are going to use this do while block. Okay. So this is about a for loop, while loop, and do while. So we will talk about that special kind of loop, that is for each loop. Before that, we will talk about what is array. Array. So what is array and how to access those elements in the array and how to use it and how we should use for each loop, that we will discuss it tomorrow. Yeah, Kusuma and Srividya, I forgot to send. So now I'll send the recorded session for
Yeah.
the S session. Yeah, can you please share me? So you can ask the sessions, madam, here.
No,
If it
not
is
the session. If I have any other doubts, like
okay,
Do you want me to send my email ID through chat?
so that we will say actually